I'm going to do like pairs. So random pairs, how would you read them together? How would they clarify each other? Or anything that comes to my mind. I'm going to use a Black Cat Tarot just because, and I'm doing it randomly. So I have the deck this way, and I'm just picking 2 cards. Again, I like to do them random because it feels more real to me. Like I could definitely like make things up and go, oh, if you see these 2, and then, you know, put a whole synopsis for you, but that's not life. Life is randomly, we're going to have 2 cards together. You know, we're not going to always see the Ace of Wands with, you know, the Queen of Wands or something like that. It's going to be random, and I don't know. So I have here the Ten of Swords with the King of Swords. I feel like the Ten of Swords in this deck talks about facing your fears. And I think it is about an ending, but it's an ending because you've faced that fear to reach a conclusion. And then the King of Swords is about, in this deck too, he's sharpening a sword. He's a sharp guy. He's black and white. So how do these go together? Well, I feel like if it's one way, like if it's the Ten of Swords and you clarify it with the King, you know, you're facing your fears because you have honed in on the situation and you have really, you know, drawn yourself to that situation to allow you to face that fear. Or the other way around, here's the King of Swords and the Ten of Swords. To me, that says that I almost feel like that combo, like if I were to clarify it with the 10, or the 10 comes after the King, I feel like it's like you've been hurt or you're afraid. So you take on that persona of the King and be very focused and black and white, because if you open your mind too much, you might get hurt. You might not be able to deal with it. So I feel like that can be it. Or the other way around, if you are so focused because you could be afraid. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the same way. So that's how I see those 2 cards, kind of like it's really about, that's an interesting, like I don't know if I've ever seen these 2 cards together, but right now that's kind of how they make me feel. I'm going to put these out so I can do the thing, and then let's pick 2 more. Okay, well, this is interesting. How would this happen? So we have the 9 of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles. Definitely a progression, right? Especially if you have the 9 and you pull the 10. There's forward movement. You've gone from the 9 to the 10. You've, in this card, the 9 of Pentacles speaks about going with the flow. But in most decks, it's about, you know, being independent, being successful, reaching a successful point in your life. It's a really good, successful card, but so is the 10. The 10 is reaching that fulfillment of a true family. These 2 cards together, to me, right away would say things are happening that are really, really good, and they're going to continue to progress, especially with the 10 clarifying the 9, like you're moving forward. The other way around kind of is the opposite feel, like you've reached the 10 because of the 9, because you know, you were independent and you did work hard and you reached your goals, that you now have the 10, which you have that happy family and that really good place in your life. So, and the 10 is about that, right? It's the ultimate family card, whether it's a marriage card or anything else, it's the ultimate. And the 9 is really how you get there. To me, as a woman too, for some reason, that 9 even speaks harder to me. Like, this is a really good card. You have shown that you can do it. You could do it without help from anyone, which I think in our society, especially someone my age, you know, we were born when it was just starting to be women working more and more and being the breadwinner. Actually, when I was growing up, that wasn't the case. Women were working, but they weren't always the breadwinner. Usually weren't the breadwinner, actually. So to be independent and to be able to live on your own was a big deal. So that is a big deal for me. Whereas the 10 is, you know, just about that ultimate thing. It can also speak of inheritance and things like that. But in this case, I feel like it's more financial stability. Like you've reached that point in your life where it's financial stability, especially having 2 pentacles together and 2 really good pentacles together. I would say it definitely stability. Oh, I like this. So interesting take. So we have the Fool and the Three of Pentacles. Depending how they come up, if you are you have the Three of Pentacles and you pull the Fool as a clarifier, I would think that that was like, you took this leap of faith and now you're working and crafting something. So it's like that forward movement. Now you're working on it, and the Three of Pentacles a lot of times is about collaboration, but it is definitely a mini completion, and the Fool is a beginning. So if you've made it to a mini completion of any kind, that says a lot that you're going in the right direction. You're doing the right thing. I think that's kind of important to me, as far as I feel like it is. So, yeah, and so if you have the 3 and you're clarifying it with the Fool, yeah, you took you took this leap of faith, and now you're getting to a point where you're really honing in on your, your creation or whatever that project was. It doesn't have to even be a project, but whatever it is that you took that leap of faith on, you're now at a good point with it and you're working it through, but you're doing it in that successful manner because it's the 3 and it's the Three of Pentacles, which is a really good card. There's some financial stability, or you're working on getting your financial stability because the 3 is talking about creating something wonderful. So if this was relationship, it would be, you took that leap of faith with this person and now you're working together beautifully and it's working out and it's going in the right direction. So that's a really nice little combo there, isn't it? That's really cool. That's a good one. I'm keeping these out so I can take pictures. Okay. Ooh, we're getting so many pentacles. So now I have the Ace of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords. So, okay, the 7 of Swords is about like, it could be about theft. It could be about trickery, like someone doing something behind your back. Watch yourself getting caught if you're doing something sneaky. In this deck too, it's about facing your fears. If you look at that bridge, it's missing a piece of it and he's got to go there and get those swords. So it's a combo thing. Not only are you taking maybe what's not yours, or you're taking back what is yours. Either way, you have to do it and get past that bridge. And this Ace of Pentacles is definitely that forward movement. So I feel like if you had the 7 of Swords and you clarify it with the Ace, I would say that you were in a position of, deciding what you wanted to do, and it came from a new beginning that happened, but maybe things weren't going quite the way you wanted, so you had to take back what is yours. If it is the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the 7, I would say that the new beginning came because you decided to take your life back. Take back what was yours, and now you're going to start this new beginning. And that's kind of cool too. This is a little more difficult for me. Like, I see these two together and it's a little harder. Like, you'd have to think about it. You'd have to see what else is around it. Are you just pulling 2 cards? If so, remember that if you take back, if you are strong and you can get back to what is yours, you will have a new beginning, and it'll be good new beginning. Something like that. You could do that. So there's 2. I'll do one more pair. God, Pentacles again. Okay, okay, here's a good one. So we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Empress. To me, okay, so if someone asked, are they going to get married or become a mother or anything like anything, anything Empressy, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's just going to take time. Remember to take your time, plant your harvest, do the things you're supposed to do, and you will reap the rewards. But it's going to take time. Don't rush it. Don't, that's the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but what he does do when he puts his hand into something or whatever action he's on, it's a lasting thing. It's slow, but it lasts. So I think that's another thing we have to remember. It's also about being very serious about whatever it is you're doing. And when I say serious, so he's the slowest moving knight. Now the Knight of Cups is kind of slow, but that's because he's happy and he's romantic and he wants to take his time. But this guy has a plan, like, I'm gonna plant these seeds and I want to watch this grow. And that could definitely, now this could definitely be a pregnancy, but it's just going to take time and the seed's going to be planted, so to speak. That definitely could be a pregnancy. It could be definitely a relationship, definitely becoming a mother. But if that's the case and it has anything to do with kids, it's just going to take some time. But it's going to be done well and right. So that is definitely that. Oh yeah, that combo for sure. If the question was, will I get pregnant? Yeah, but it's going to just take some time. But it'll be done when it's supposed to be done, because the night just takes its time. So there you have it. That is the Black Cat, and we were doing pairs. Now, anything I said here, now I'm looking at the card as well as the meaning. So I tried to give a little bit of both to you so that if you're not using the Black Cat, you can still see that vision in those cards together when you're looking at it. I'm trying to mix up the pairs. I'm just going to do different decks. So there, yeah, I like doing the pairs. This is a fun thing.